Fire, the simplest thing in life, can be destructive yet beneficial. It can cook your food. It can keep you warm in the coldest environments. It can even light your way through the darkest corners of the earth. Even though it's been used for good, it can also be used for evil, to kill your enemies, to level cities, to torture, and to even destroy. But what I am about to show you is how you can take this small little flame and create something so that you can survive in worst case scenario. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Lotus Operations. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you a little trick that I just recently learned, to where you can take your old cotton t-shirts and turn them into a fire ignition source, to where all you need is a spark and you have yourself a nice burning fire. The first thing you want to do is you want to find material that is 100% cotton, preferably. That will give you the best results. And then you cut your material up into little bitty squares or whatever size fire starters that you want to create. And once you get your entire shirt cut up, then you will get ready to burn it in a way to turn it into pure charcoal. Okie dokie, so once you get the amount of cloth you won't cut, I'm only going to be doing a small portion for this video, but I recommend when you're cooking this, because I don't know how long the container is going to last that we're going to be cooking it in, but cut as much cloth as you can to fill up so you only have to use a fire once, so you can save resources and utilize basically get as much done as fast as possible. But once you get all your cloths done and cut, we are going to put them into the container and burn them. So let's create our... Okay, everybody, welcome back. Here we are. We have our cans we're going to be using to cook our cloths in. Now, this is not the exact cans I was looking for. I went to the Dollar Tree to grab the cans. I'm trying to find the metal cans that has the lids that snap down on top so you can be able to make a reusable version. But this version will work. Hopefully it will work well. We're going to try and see. If not, then I guess we're going to go to round 2 and try again. But what we're going to do is we're going to put our cloths inside the cans. We're going to punch a hole in the top of the lid, a small hole just to release the fumes. We're going to cap this puppy back down. And then we are going to allow it to cook until these become nothing but charcoal. Then we're going to take this lid, because we need to cover up the hole, and then put this back on top to restrict as much airflow as possible from going back into the can so it doesn't ignite these on fire. And then we will allow them to cool down and see what happens. So let's begin. Okay, so we got our hole in our lid punctured, and now we're going to begin to lay our cloths into the can. Hopefully the cloths do not get stuck inside here. So we are going to put the cloth in this way so they can easily be removed out. So we're going to just do this many cloths for now. Actually, we are going to do, you know what, let's do a smaller amount just to do test purposes. So this is the amount of cloths we're going to do. Now we're going to take this lid, we're going to put it on top, and then we're going to put it on top of our fire. Okay, everybody, welcome back. And as you can see, I used some sockets to create a little stand to hold my can above the other. And this is a kerosene style wick, little cooker thingamajig you can use for your cooking parties, stuff like that. I'm trying to adjust the tripod right quick to the right height so we can be able to see it cooking and going. So basically we're going to ignite this puppy here. And then we are going to basically have it hot. Come on. There we go. So we have the flame ignited. It's a extremely nice, pretty blue flame. Hopefully this does not mess up my sockets. And then we are going to basically take the can with the stuff here. I'm going to put it on top. And now, as you can see, it's going to be cooking it basically down here. and we are going to allow it to cook until no more smoke and fire comes out of the top of the can. So okay, everybody, it's only been like a minute later, and as you can see, smoke's already starting to exit out of the small little hole. Once the smoke completely stops, then you know your cloths are ready to be removed from the can. So we are going to just let it cook, and we will get back to you. Okay, everybody, welcome back. As you can see, the smoke has officially stopped, so that means our cloths are ready to be taken off and the fire put out. Okay, well, I simply can't blow this out, so I'm going to find something to be able to grab this from here, and we're going to set it over and then cap it off and allow it to cool down. So we have this over here right now. So what we are going to do is we are going to put the other cap over it to block the airflow from going in, and then we are going to allow it to cool down and then see what happens after. So here we are with the lid sealed and weighted down so it restricts as much oxygen from going in there as possible. We're going to allow the can to completely cool down, and then we will open it up and see what our material looks like. Okay, everybody, welcome back, and the can is officially cool. So let's open this up and see if this worked how we were hoping. Okay, so no, this did not work the way it's supposed to be. It still needs to be cooked a little bit more. As you can see, it's turning black there. So we may have to actually put it back onto the fire and allow it to continuously to cook a lot more. Or I did not get a good enough seal to where it allowed it to work. Let's see. Because this stuff is supposed to be continuously 100% black like this and burnt into charcoal. And then what we're going to do is, let's see something. It's supposed to be able to ignite with a spark. Okay, so as you can see here, it is working. And this is basically how you do it, but if you leave it long enough, it turns the entire thing into the black material. So you can create an ignite. So it did work. I just did not leave it long enough into the fire to ignite it. So there you go, guys. That's how you can create it, but I'm gonna put it back in and we're gonna see how much longer we need so we can be able to fully turn it. Okay, guys, so I guess we still need to do a lot more cooking because this thing may not get a hot enough fire all the way around in order to cook it all at once. I rotated it around and I put it back in. As you can see, it's beginning to smoke again. The first round took about a good 20 minutes before the smoke stopped, so I figure about another good 20 minutes for this. And of course, the more material you have, the bigger the fire needs to be so it can cook it faster. So you're just gonna have to gauge from there. So we're gonna allow this smoke to stop here, and then we'll show you what the actual true finished product is supposed to look like. But as you can see, it is working. Okay, everybody, welcome back to Lotus Operations, and here we are with our final setup for our cans after we rotated the cloths inside this material. There is still a really small, minute smoke coming out, but it has basically stopped coming out. So we're just going to look at it and see how it is and go from there. So we're going to take this off, and we are just going to open the lid in case there's still a lot needs to be done. I can just put it back on without blowing out the fire. Actually, it's sealed on pretty good. So here's what we're going to do. We are just going to call it good for now for the video, and hopefully, actually, there's still a good amount coming out. We gotta wait until it's all the way done, but it could. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, here we go, guys. I know I say you wait till the stuff stops 100%. So, but I'm going to take it off. We are going to be doing this right here. We are going to be putting our lid over again, capping it down to cool it down, and then blowing out our fire. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the second round after we flipped our material inside of the can and recooked it once again until we're almost out of fuel. Literally, as you can see, there's really no fuel left, and this thing is supposed to be a 2-hour flame thing. So apparently it takes about almost a good hour, hour and a half to cook this stuff. This is what we are looking for. Okay, so this is basically going to be almost the finished product, 100%. And let's take it out of the can. They're going to leave a lot of residue behind. And as you can see, the can is pretty fucked up on the inside from tar and all the materials, stuff that's left behind from these. But this is basically what your finished product is going to be looking like here. And I mean, it needed to be a little bit longer. As you saw, there was still a little bit of smoke coming out. So all this yellow would slowly be turning into the blackness. But this is the finished result that I am looking for. Now, this stuff is a little bit more fragile than normal. But as you can see, all you need is a thin slice like that. Then all you got to do is strike it with some sparks. And then let the fun begin. Wait. Here we go. As you can see, the sparks has ignited it. And all you need to do is blow on it to start your fire. And that's how you can create some survival cloths, basically, as I would call them, in order to burnt cloth survival igniters, maybe we can call them that, to start your fires in a worst case scenario. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope that you found this kind of informational. Now, everybody is different. Every type of cooking container is going to cook your cloth differently. So depending upon what you put your cloths in, how big of a fire you have, so on and so on, will determine the time and the way your cloth's cooked. But figure out what method works the best for you. I would recommend a container that has a better sealing lid that fits tighter. So therefore you don't have to add weight to the top like I did to keep the smoke only coming out of the small hole that you puncture. So trial and error. Practice now. Learn how to turn these cloths into survival stuff, because you never know when you may need a good kindling source. And this is a good way to be able to have your own kindling that you can seal and use when shit does hit the fan. So, like, subscribe, and Lotus Operations. We got plenty more videos coming your way.